Good morning. I am Jan Jorgensen here in Olympia, Washington. And if I stop thinking for just a moment and take a deep breath, I can hear fresh water coming through a beautiful big tube into the pond. And that leads us into today's topic, which is decluttering our environment. How often do you spend time during the day looking for something? I know I do. And if you were to use the Japanese method of picking up something and holding it, and if it doesn't give you joy, or if it's not essentially practical and you haven't used it recently, let it go. For what we want to create is coming in a new form. And all of these items in our environment are touchstones to memories and our identity, which are built on the old and a fear-based reality. This Be the Light meditation work that we're doing is to reference ourselves as our truth and our core of who we really are. And that is not supported when you're surrounded by this clutter of old projections in an old movie that you are the star in. So we are going to make our intention today to clear the clutter and attachments to these, essentially the past, reference ourselves to ways and how they usually go. So we're going to drop in and make this intention to declutter our minds and our lives, and that will happen in our external environment. And I can just say for myself, the clearer it gets, the clearer it gets. And that you will actually be re-engineering your environment in such a simple, clean way that you can actually think new thoughts. You have space. You can breathe. And you're not looking around seeing things that grab your attention and grab your thoughts. And I'm going to go ahead and say a little, for instance, a little figurine from an old friend, memories and thoughts. Put it in a cupboard with old memories and thoughts. So when you want to be drawn off this moment or your future, you're not referencing that. I'm talking about pictures. I'm talking about all the food that you're going to eat once you lose weight and you can afford to eat those richer calories. We're going to talk about streamlining all the visual input that becomes our thought field and clogs us up. Did you know 80% of everything that we think about is sparked visually? So that's the simple part, to start with our external environment. And that includes, if you're the type of person that feels they need to clean their own house, then you make a decision. You're going to set aside the time and really clean it and do it, or you're going to find a way to pay somebody else so that every time you sit down to rest, you're not looking at the dust. I know people are smiling when they hear that. They go, yeah, that's what I do. And I say, well, I'll clean it. Be kind to yourself, be true to yourself, and choose a half a day that you're actually going to clean and that you are going to do it full of self-respect for your environment. In other words, we are beating ourselves up all the time in our own homes and in our own offices in a in a mental feng shui that is just misaligned. So that's the starting point of today's meditation, and then we'll see what drops in after that. So let's begin by taking a deep breath through our nose and out through our mouth. We know that what we create externally mirrors what is happening in our own consciousness. So think about it, how that works for you, how busy and cluttered your attention and focus point is for what you are really here to accomplish, and how you have layered figurines, old picture, people's, housework, everything to clog up the clarity and the room and the space and your own energy to accomplish the right things. Take a deep breath. So I'm picturing that each of us in our energy field, we have a core, and it's a large pipe that runs through our crown chakra down out through our feet. And I would like for you to, in this moment, measure the percent of how full your core is of stuff, thoughts, energy, things in your physical world, too much to do, your clipboards, agenda lists, phone calls. Feel that you can't even prioritize anymore and that you're so tired you're just putting out fires. Take a nice deep breath. Excellent. So just as we focus on it, we are awake to the truth of it. It's like going into a room and seeing all the old furniture is in there and it's extremely dusty and the furniture is piled up on top of it. So, and if we want to use that room, we need to make a choice. So here we go. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place a hold on of balance over our entire energetic field. We ask and intend that any area of our life in our physical world, any room within the compartments of our consciousness that are congested, piled up, put away, taking up unneeded space, are released through this meditation so that our core allows us to move energy and truth and to manifest and bring in and attract new abundance and energies like a bullet train. So I know that speaks to most of us. Let's take a nice deep breath and feel that your lungs are like soft sponges. And that, gosh, there hasn't even been room in this core for your lungs to fully expand. The next breath, take such a nice deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. It's like a butterfly who's been wanting to spread its wings but did not have room. Notice that your cells, your muscles, everything is saying, hallelujah, I can get in more oxygen. I have more space. I have more ability to stretch, be flexible and resilient because I haven't crammed myself and contained myself into my busy, too full world. So be this butterfly that you've just stretched, and butterflies right in the middle. There's that body part. Okay. So for you, that is your heart part. So imagine you spread these beautiful, big, diaphanous, delicate wings, and that your heart resides right in the middle. So take your attention to your heart and just go right there and sit and a beautiful little, it's like a netting seat, like a one of those things that people swing on in their nets. I can't think of it right now, a hammock. But you're sitting on this hammock. And you know, hammocks magically support you. You feel like you're floating in thin air, but you feel safe anyway because it's attached to 2 trees and it's a strong rope and it's woven all together. So that's exactly what you're doing right now. You're just sitting and you're looking around at your world. We have already removed ourselves from our natural everyday environment. So in this creational mode, with your eyes of truth, look around in your life. You can do it safely without your heart sinking in this moment. Look around at your life and say, what is weighing me down? What does not match my vibration of flight, of being supported, of have these delicate wings? Who in my life doesn't see who I really am and honor as I am honoring myself? Remember, people will only honor you to the degree that you honor yourself. So in this moment, as you are making an intention to hold this alignment of levity, of support, and truth of yourself, look around and see, is there anyone who has seen your core beyond your busyness? Now forgive them, because it's hard for people to see this part of ourselves if we're being busy. Now, this helps us let go of our anger that they haven't seen how wonderful and beautiful we are, because they've seen our busyness, they've seen our clutter, they've seen our distraction. So we are going to make an intention that we let those we care about in the world, those we wish to attract, to work with, and co-create for all that is, that we let them see this very soft, vulnerable, beautiful, ready to take flight or ready to be gently supported in the universal net person that you are. Again, we first ask and intend to forgive everyone for not seeing who we are, even though we thought they should, when they actually couldn't, given our smokescreen of busyness, of tension, of out of alignment behaviors, and too much junk in our lives and activities to really see and connect with us, because we weren't being our absolute truth. It's okay. There's no right or wrong, but it's up to you to choose how to be seen and how to show up. Now, we all have a certain percent or combination, and other people we feel safe with, or there's certain people we always show up in our truth, and that feels good, and that kind of saves us from everybody else. But it would be a game changer if you showed up with everyone in your truth and gave them an initial chance to go through the shift, to work with you in an honest, calm, loving, clear way. And believe me, it would be like gold panning the people and all the things in your life to see what sticks and what works, what truly is in alignment. And it's not like you'll lose all your friends. Some of them were false friends, and they will respect you, but out of their own pain and their point in path of their path and journey, won't be able to continue with you because you'll be too shiny and it hurts their eyes. Think of Mother Teresa. Not everybody wanted to walk with her or be her friend every day, but they certainly respected her. But they had to get on with their own cluttered life. So truly, if you are asking to have an existence that is more pure, more abundant, more intrinsically safer, more loving, and more joyful, as you are entwined with your own divinity in creating circles of strong, loving comradeship to co-create with. So take a deep breath and feel into the cells of your body, even your toes saying, hey, I'll walk that path. And your eyes saying, I would love to see things in that light. And your heart saying, it's always been your choice. It's who you truly are. Just say yes. Are you ready to let go of the games, the nonsense, the hand holding, and to stand in your own sovereign power? So as I'm saying all these words, of course, the next step in the Be the Light meditation is when the Creator just makes this beautiful, it's like a impressively perfect mixture of frequencies, like my coffee machine in the morning. Ka-ching, you turn it on, best coffee in the world, the right pressure comes through, the right foam, magnificent. The Creator is making a magnificent cup of coffee for you to wake up. And it is unique in its frequency profile, as unique as you are. So just receive it. This is like better than going to church on 1,000 Sundays. To absolutely open your heart and receive this espresso wake-up energy. Take a deep breath and just let that energy of that liquid light be poured now into your crown chakra. Let it come right into the top of your head and let it bathe your pineal gland and wash off all the old encrusted energy that kept the doors tight on this tiny little aperture, which is related to your full spiritual awakening. It is like a lotus petal moving mechanism that has been stationary, not moving. So let this liquid light come down just like the oil in the Wizard of Oz to the Tin Man, and imagine that it is beginning to just open and shift. And your whole body can feel this because it knows once the light goes on, you can't say you never seen it, and you can't say you didn't experience it, and it just is the light, your light. So let your pineal gland begin to vibrate a little bit, shimmy, and it's almost like dancing to the universal pulse, the rhythm of the universe, and it's just beginning to open joyfully. And what does it do? It flings out little tiny new spectrums of facets of diamonds that come down and lodge into your tissues. And of course, they're not physical, they're etheric, but they go into your heart and they heal all the scar tissue, all the disappointments, all the betrayal, all the anger. Goes into your liver and it refurbishes, refreshes, and heals all the cells. goes into your stomach. It stretches out all those muscles that have been tense forever and says it's okay to let go. Now send these little bursting crystals of healing light anywhere in your body, into your stiff neck, into your jaw, into your teeth, into your knees, your hips, your feminine organs, everywhere. Why? Because we can. It's free, it's easy, and all you had to do was open up the gates of the Creator's energy, moved by love towards you and receiving it. The Creator waits for humans to ask for the sustenance and the juice. It is always available. It is limitless, unlimited, and fully vitalized energy specifically for you. It's the ultimate spa experience just by asking and intending. So I'm pausing a moment here because as this energy comes in, it might hit some old densities and tensions, and it kind of bounces off for a moment like a trampoline. So we're going to add that any area in your body that might be resistant, uncomfortable, because it's not sure this energy is, we ask and intend that we set up a huge touch system, nodal point system in your body of receivership and ultimate trust that all that is occurring here is natural. It's been determined by your soul and heart to happen, and it's just new. So take a deep breath. And with that, just watch in awe and wonder as some of the tendons that have been locked up since a childhood trauma are stating and moving into an ecstatic stretch and movement. Inner yoga, or even the tendons and the ligaments. Just let it relax and move into its highest divine alignment now. Excellent. Beautiful. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And notice how in the middle of your head, that's where the pineal gland is, it's like radiating out like a multifaceted, beautiful big diamond. And when this light is coming in, it goes into this diamond and it just spins down into your body. It is the most luscious, amazing experience. And it's awakening and rejuvenating. Not just the physical part, but the inner, neurochemically entrained parts, the little amylases and tryptans and acetylcholines, and all of these things are being tweaked for your ultimate health and healing. So just let it be. Let it go. Let it go through your body. So to honor time, we're just going to make an intention that rather than sit here for 2 hours and let it completely have its full work and way with our body, we ask and intend that over the next 3 weeks, that this process is gently pushed and moved through like a pneumatic energy, tenaciously, never giving up, like the little beaver that makes that dam and keeps cutting down these little energy particles are tireless until the job is done. We ask and intend over the next 3 weeks that we do have this unbelievable return to our pristine core of pure light, that we may access, we may share, we may hear and see the communications that we are asking for. Excellent. Okay, so the last part of our meditation, as always, is send this new energy profile down into the core of Mother Earth. Plug it in. And now let that energy come up from the core of Mother Earth through your feet, into your legs, your heart, your neck, and out the top of your head back up to Creator Source and plug in. Beautiful. Go ahead and imagine that there's a golden resilient egg around your entire physical body. And this will assist to protect and hold this energy in. Excellent. So as you're preparing and waking up and starting to breathe and move your feet and your fingers, I just had a very fun revelation that last week with the people that were on the call, we actually made an intention that within 1 month, 30 days, that we would absolutely be moving into our highest profile, walking those footsteps. So it's interesting that today, as I was gauging, how long should this process take? Bingo. 3 weeks came out of my mouth and it came forward, which is in alignment with our 1 month goal of not enlightenment, but certainly holding our highest frequency profile at this moment. So I'm going to sign off on the recorded part of this meditation and visit and see what's up with our guests here today. Thank you so much. I am Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com, which includes intentional creativity painting now for those who enjoy that method. Thank you.